Everybody's here this morning, but really, who's going to want to go out? It's winter time out there. Well, at least it feels like it, looks like it. 39 degrees, 9:30. What are you guys doing up so late? Anybody else coming? Sorry, Mitt. So the calendar says November. So technically it's not winter. It just looks and feels like winter with the wind and the chill. Let's go right up top. Mount Washington this morning, 6 degrees. That's as cold as I've seen it. And the wind is 70. Wind chill is 26 below. Gusted to 108 miles an hour when that cold front came through last evening. All right, let's make a run for it. Not you. Where are you going? Everyone's all wound up. That's what the wind does to people. Wind kind of makes you crazy sometimes. All right. There. We're all locked up. Can we hide from the wind a little bit? Can you hear me now? Air moving from high to low pressure, but not in a straight line. 1026 millibar high, 994 millibar low, and we're right in the middle there. New England's right in the center of this screen, so that's a 30 millibar gradient, approximately. It's going to relax as the high pressure system. This high is going to move pretty far to our north, and the warm air that's coming back on the return. Everything is changing so fast this week. The warm air is coming back fairly quickly tonight and tomorrow. It looks like the low pressure system coming at us tomorrow wants to track right across central New England. So as the leading edge of precipitation comes in, we may get a spot of snowflake sleet here in the Boston area, but most of the action is going to be west and north of the Boston area. It looks like Connecticut, Rhode Island, Cape Cod are pretty much going to be spared the action tomorrow. Be some clouds, maybe some showers. But once you get to central Vermont, central New Hampshire, parts of Maine, looks like legitimate few inches of snow with some ice on top, some freezing rain. As the cold air is more dense than the warm air goes over the top. You get temperatures in the sky warm enough for rain, but it comes down and low levels of the atmosphere are freezing, so it either bounces or glazes, sleet or freezing rain. How much? Looks like that almost violet there from about Sugar Bush. Snow guns are coming on tonight to Waterville Valley or so, or Sunday River. It looks like 3 to 5 inches of snow, probably just north of Sunday River. Speaking of skiing, wind hold issues this morning. When I looked, there was nobody on Northridge chair. Wind hold issues this morning, of course. But the snow guns are cranking all the way up and down Superstar, which is not going to be open to the public until after the World Cup in a few weeks. But unlike last year, we're not biting our nails hoping for a window of snowmaking. It'll be covered completely with plenty of snow. And also the guns are on at Stowe this morning. Good to see that. And the jet at Jay Peak, Jet Trail, snow guns are on. So we're underway. Wintry weather coming in, and then it gets a little bit warmer, especially in southern New England for Thursday, Friday. Man, Steve is all wound up. The wind is doing that to people. Things. Love the colors on the burning bush. The weekend looks pretty quiet. Cold air is coming back in. Let's go to the 850 chart. There's not a lot to talk about. The 850 is up around 5,000 feet. The temperatures, the blue and white, cold enough for snow or snow making. You can see it retreats tomorrow, comes back in, especially Friday, into the weekend. So snow makers are going to be making snow at the ski areas this weekend. And then Tuesday, it's still here. We're cold, the cold corner of the nation right here in New England. And then by Wednesday, now the entire lower 48 in southern Canada is out of cold. We are running out of cold air for the time being, starting Wednesday through Thursday, Friday, into next weekend. Now you have very tall mountains in the west, so some of those tallest mountains are going to end up still snowing next week, but the Euro has really backed off the amount of snow that we may get in California. Yesterday it had 5 feet or more. Now it's looking at more like 1 to 2 feet. Of course, that's a moving target as the system looks weaker and warmer coming in next week. Here's the day-by-day surface. There's our kind of dual low-pressure systems going mostly north of us for tomorrow. And then high pressure builds in. And it's going to stall out here. High pressure is going to stall out with an upper level low. There could be some snow showers in the mountains. Looks like another weak wave or cold front comes in just for New England here Monday. Keeps us cold Tuesday, Wednesday. And then now you're getting that storm in the southwest pushing warmer weather all the way across to the east coast. So winter is going to take a break about this time next week or so. Jim Cantori was tweeting this morning about something tropical thingy may form deep in the southern Caribbean. So that might not be shut down yet. Yesterday was election day. Watching the sky, started off wet, turned into really pretty sky waves. Then we had another shower at the end of the day. And then show you some of that and more. And Joe Bastardi and I hosted a webinar. And ultimately, Joe is pretty bullish on a fairly cold winter for most of the lower 48. Talks about the possibility of some stratospheric warming in December, and then the long-term pattern had ridging in northwestern Canada and troughing across much of the lower 48, especially the east, which would give us old-fashioned winter. He says there's a pretty good chance of widespread cold, but with New England, he's just calling it kind of average snowfall and average chill. We'll take that. Beautiful euonymus. This is the burning bush. It's an invasive. I'm happy to have it. And the just beautiful blue sky. All right, that's it for today. Here's your and more from yesterday, celebrating Bob Hedlund being re-elected mayor of Weymouth. He's doing a great job, I think. I'll show you some of the parks, the progress on the parks coming up maybe tomorrow or so. That skate park we're building up the road is looking tremendous. Talk to you later. The question is, T-Rex, are they going to be paving that road? That bumpiest road. So there's been some paving done since I dropped Mommy off at the airport. After seemingly years of deconstruction and reconstruction, we've got a new surface. New surface here, too. Logan, 7 miles, 10 minutes. Let's see. Shangri-La. I think it's Quincy Shore Drive, but we're not quite to the shore yet. But so happy that it's been repaved after years and years. Waves in the water? Waves in the sky, all created by shear. That is, say the wind up around 11,000 feet, maybe 60 miles an hour, and 10,000 feet, maybe 40 miles an hour, something like that, causes that rolling effect. Just as the friction on top of the water causes the waves on the water, and just the oscillating pressure on either side of the flag also creates shear and waves. So it's all about waves. The foliage comes in waves too, and we have not peaked in foliage here in Weymouth yet. I'm going to take a little walk as the sun gets lower, make a vote, and look at some of the trees. Now that's orderly. That's a professional. Nice dogs. Going for a little walk. It's breezy, 60-something. Some trees have almost no leaves when there are other trees, especially the oak, that still are almost fully leafed. And what's that? An elm? Really pretty, gorgeous. Hopefully I can catch those ones down closer to the water before the sun goes down. Just the season of the long shadows, blowing and drifting leaves tonight. Just saw those winds that Tyler Jankowski posted in northern Vermont, gusting to 50 right now. Pretty impressive for quiet weather, isn't it? Cold air is coming back right now. A couple of raindrops trying to come out of those clouds. Cosmos, gorgeous. fall color. You know where? What's that spell? What's the gusset? Maybe. Spell's pretty. Future squirrel and bird chow. Focus. Gotta jump, doesn't it? It's always gonna jump. Every time I think I get the color, I lose the color. Colorful clouds. And how about a couple of colors that are least likely to come out this time of year? Since when do iris bloom in November? Yep. Global weirding of the weather patterns. Fall flowers. Very nice. Jerry and Sandy, well done. No one really believed I was done, did they? Just about to hear Bastardi's winter forecast. That woolly bear, though, he's got breaking news. He's saying longer, colder stretch at the beginning into January before turning milder. And then cold after the vernal equinox. Steve, do you concur? Chunky cumulus. Yeah, that's an official meteorological term for instability in the atmosphere as it gets dark at 4:15. Focus, won't focus on that one. And it looks like some precipitation leaving the cloud, maybe reaching the ground here between Newton and Boston. So maybe a raindrop or two. Cold air advection commences. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5:20. We managed to downpour. Barely even a cloud. It's the clear sky right over there near Boston. Day started with a downpour, it's ending with a downpour, although 5 o'clock is hardly the end of the day. Always more, isn't there? And more and more and more.
Normal in New York, it winds up above normal. It's a plus. And I'm just saying that it was. Remember that I'm fearing a colder option than what we have. All right, that I think we could really be very, very cold in January. And what we call weak multivariate ENSO index winters. 69, 70, 76, 77, 77, 78. So what am I showing you? I'm going to show you what I call clusters. Here are the brutal ones. Okay, here are the you can get the recording of it, and you'll be out like a light. Colder, stormier winter than last winter. Could be a great winter. Obviously there are opposite feelings on that. The current forecast temperatures November through March. This is for New York City. 1 to 2 below normal. New York City, 26 to 35 inches of snow. And so, again, November through March, Boston, normal to 1 below normal, 32 to 44 inches of snow. So you could say, okay, well, we'll see how close you are with that.
Did you see in precinct 2 the vote?
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you. Did you see the vote tally? But anyway, Rick pulled it out.
Eked it out.
I want to thank.
All right, Ricky.
Both here, and God bless you all. I'm so appreciative. We sat here originally in July, I think it was, or August, whenever it was. We kicked